Hi everybody, it's Jerry from the Military Collectible Shop, and welcome to another edition of What's New at the Military Collectible Shop. So this week we actually got in a large amount of fighting knives and bayonets, along with some other stuff. So let's take a look. Alright, so this week we got in some more of the M1 bayonets, both in the 10-inch length and in the original 16-inch length from World War II. We got in a French 1875 bayonet. These are always real popular. It's just a good-looking bayonet. People like to decorate with these. Nice brass and wood fittings from the French. Then we get in a bunch of different fighting knives. And in some cases, you might recognize the shape, because this is actually a fighting knife that was made from a bayonet, kind of rather crudely done. But when you needed a knife and a bayonet was too much to do, you know, fighting knives were very handy. So a lot of times they would remove the features that would allow them to mount them onto the rifle, just to be used as a fighting knife. Nice leather scabbard with this one. And this one actually has the soldier's laundry mark on it, so that might help us be able to identify it. This one is actually kind of cool. I like this one. This is a World War II Camillus Mark II Marine Corps fighting knife, the USMC marked, from World War II, but it was actually used and carried in Iraq and Afghanistan. So carried by a Marine, but he wanted to carry the original World War II, but in a modern scabbard. So kind of neat, and also named to the American soldier who carried it. So modern scabbard, World War II knife. Kind of a neat pairing. Tells the story. Couple other ones. This one's a PAL RH-36. Nice little private purchase knives. We got in a little later K-bar. Those are always popular. Cutmaster, again another private purchase kind of knife. An empty scabbard, always good to have. Empty scabbards, you've heard me talk about this before. Anytime you see an empty scabbard, get it, because chances are you're going to need it at some point. Case in point, we picked up a World War II youth knife, German youth knife. Unfortunately missing the scabbard. But we got the knife. We'll see if we can find a scabbard, maybe not. If not, we'll be selling it as is. This is a 1980s era, what's called the Jet Pilot Survival Knife. Basically, it's just a nice utility knife that pilots carried. These are usually dated on the pommel. This one's dated February of 1980. Got in a German Lionhead sword. These were carried by the German Army officers. Nice shiny blades on these. And officers, because they had to purchase their own items, they could kind of purchase whatever they could afford. So you'll see a variety of fanciness in terms of the fittings, so the more they wanted to spend, they could. And a lot of times swords were actually given as gifts as well, so that's when you tend to see that. We did pick up a Vietnam era Green Beret from the 5th Special Forces Group. That was kind of neat. We also did get some other Vietnam era fatigues in, jungle jackets and that sort of thing this week. And we actually bought a rather large collection this week. I think that'll be its own episode as we go through it. One of our friends and fellow collectors decided that he needed to scale down his collection. So he went through and brought us about 20 bins worth of things. So as we go through that, I'll be sharing that with you, because there's a lot of fun stuff in there. A lot of pieces he actually bought from us over our 20-year tenure. So it's neat to see some of these pieces again. We like to say that we only rent the stuff for a while. And one of my favorite pieces I picked up this week was from one of my friends who knows that I'm a big Star Wars geek. Was a lightsaber. So I'm happy to have this, and if you want to stop by and get into a lightsaber fight, let me know. Thanks, and we'll see you on the dark side.